Hey guys, I'm good. So I just want to put it out there. We're going to do some readings and we're going to see what's going on today with you guys. If you have personal questions, please let me know. All the information for personal questions is in the description, so check that out if you do have one of those. If not, and you just want a general reading, then I'm offering free general readings today. They will be, basically just looking at the situation in your life overall. But again, if you have a personal question, then it's important that you read the description. You should just read it anyway because, it has good information in there. Important information. But this is our little candle here today. It used to have a W, so it could be a W, it could be an H, wealth, health, whatever you're wanting it to be. So that's what we're going to use right now for this. And if I can find, yes. Oh, that's right. 1 second. Why not use this for the occasion? I don't know if you could see that, but it says Virgo. Who's a Virgo out there today? Thank you. We're asking for wealth and health. All of us today. Perfect. Okay. Wealth, health, and everything in between. Okay. So you guys, I'm going to be doing, if you have a specific question, I'll be going more in depth for you, and you would just need to just look in the description because it has all the information for that there. If you guys just want a quick general reading, then I can definitely do that for you guys for free. And it'll be real quick, just looking at your overall situation. And of course, the personal questions will be more in depth, and a donation of $5. Please read the description so you know kind of how that works and what I'm doing with that and why we're doing that, why it's important. Talked about it a few times before, but I won't get into it too much here because I just want this to be about you guys. But anyone who has a personal question, yes, you definitely will be getting a in-depth reading. Okay. General for Sparkly Smile. Sparkly Smile. General. General. Ooh, okay. Hang on. Waiting. Being patient, taking the time, It's not going to be a quick thing. Whatever it is you're wanting to do or what you're looking for right now, it seems like it's going to take you a second. Or maybe it's talking about you've been waiting for a long time for something. Just waiting patiently, Yeah, but I do think that you will get this thing eventually. It's just that it might not be the best thing for you. It might be something that comes back around when it's like, not a good time, or it could just be something that, like, usually the world would be a good thing, but to me, when I see the world, either you're gonna get exactly what this is that you want, not exactly, but just kind of like, it's, good things coming in. But for a lot of this, with the world, sometimes I see it as like a cycle. So it's like if you're wanting something to come in, You could be waiting for something that, you know, if you're wanting it to be different this time, it's like not likely to be any different. You know, it could be like something that you've kind of had already before, or something that is just like a cycle. Like as the world goes on, you just, you know, continue down this cycle, and that could feel like you're trapped. The thing though that you need to understand about this is that, like, if this is a cycle, yeah, and I would say it has to do with love, you and if it is career, then I would say hang on to your money. If you're dating people that are like stealing from you, or just using you, or basically like not contributing as much as you are, then that's likely to happen again, and that's because you haven't really recognized this as a pattern of yours that you can definitely do something about. Like, no one else can really do anything about it except for you, so it's kind of important that you do that, you know what I mean? It's kind of important that you look at your situation, the areas of your life that you feel like most stuck, you know, if it's career, if it's love, if it's both. I mean, these are things that you need to like start looking at and paying attention to, because it's not just like the world is happening to you, right? It's like these are things that we can actually make happen for ourselves, but we have to like look into ourselves first, and obviously that's something that's hard for a lot of people to do. So let's see. Let me use this new deck here. The Slinky deck, I call it. Tell me what else she needs to know. Okay. There could be like communication you wanted to have with the person, but you're scared to do it, or you're fearful about what's going to come. And you're also fearful, I would say, about taking the sword in your own life, like taking authority and making shit happen for yourself. I think that's something that scares you. And so you're going to stay in this stuck position until you're actually ready to take that leap of faith and just, you know, have a little bit of courage and just kind of like try to make things work for yourself in a different way, in a new way, you know, in a way that you haven't really tried before. It's okay to try different ways, even if it's scary. It's something that we need to kind of do so that we can make sure that that's, you know, we're taking advantage of all opportunities. So for you, I would say that, you know, you're worried about taking that sword, and you're worried about like taking back control over your life, but that's something that's very liberating. And, you know, when you have more control over your life, obviously it feels a lot better, but I think it's something that obviously a lot of people fear, including yourself right now. But it's just something that you need to kind of pay attention to. I would say, like, do some time alone or something, because I feel like you don't know exactly what the issues are that you're having. But that you can definitely, like, I see light at the end of the tunnel if you're just willing to, like, look at yourself more. And maybe try to, like, change some of these things that you do not like about yourself that is a pattern for you in love and in career, in everything, you know, whatever this is relating to for you. These things need to be paid attention to, and, you know, something needs to be done about them. Or you'll feel stuck, and you'll continue to feel stuck, you know? But it's kind of like cool because it's saying almost that, you know, it's not that you need to find the right person, or that you need to like do something, like you need to just like get lucky. No, it's saying like here's literally something that you can do about this. But it takes looking into yourself, you know, and figuring that out and taking baby steps to change and to heal, most importantly. Cat. Cat. In general for cat, please. General for cat. Okay. Looks like there was a betrayal of some sort. Or, maybe you betrayed somebody. But basically, you know, it's devastating, obviously, but there is the star here. Could have been Aquarius involved. And again, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So you're waiting for this moment of healing. You're waiting for this moment where hope actually makes sense, and it's not just like something you're waiting for to change or like, you know, actually be a thing. You're like, okay, I know I've had hope for a long time. I really just kind of want things to get better, but things aren't getting better. And I would say the reason, well, one of the reasons that you feel like things aren't getting really better, you know, the way you'd like them to, is because you're waiting for them to get better. Sometimes the Seven of Pentacles is not really, I don't like that card most of the time, just because it's like, I don't want to tell you to wait for something to happen, because really we need to be making it happen, you know. Sometimes we do have to wait for things, like we have to wait for somebody else's, like, next move so that we can like make our next move, you know, in a job interview, for example. But you know, other than that, like really, you could be calling them every day and making sure they don't forget you. I mean, there's still things that you could be doing while you're waiting, you know, while you're waiting for someone to make their move. So it's like if you are waiting on a person, it may not ever happen, and that's something that I would never suggest waiting on. If you're waiting for your life to get better, you want life to happen to you. It's kind of, you know, it's a lot to ask because you're not doing anything to make that happen. So I would say you really have to start like taking action here. If you've done this betrayal to somebody else, and obviously, you know, you're trying to redeem yourself, you're trying to feel better about yourself after having done something like this, but you have to start taking action. You have to start doing something different and not continue to have this behavior and treat people this way, and you'll feel better. But if you didn't do this and, you know, you were the one who was fucked over, then obviously you're hurting. And but you just need to realize that like this attitude of, not attitude, but this way of life that's feeling victimized does not do any good for anyone, especially you. And it's important to know that you were, you know, a victim in that situation, but not to feel like a victim, but to feel like a survivor, you know, is what they say. Because if you feel like a victim, then you're never going to feel like you can do anything to change or to make your life better. And so you've been waiting for this hope, you've been waiting for this to happen, for this to kind of get better. But I would say you've been waiting, and it's like you're waiting for a certain thing to kind of show you that, okay, life's better now. But it's really like, first of all, you have to change your mindset. You have to, you know, be more positive. You have to see the good in things. And then you'll start to just know, like, okay, yeah, I have, you know, I do have good things in my life, and I have been getting better. And maybe you'll even see it as, now that this person's not in my life, I actually do feel a lot better, you know? Even if you feel like that's not the case right now, it's something you need to start, you know, considering. Because this person, whoever did this, is really not someone you need in your life or want. Even if there were good times, it's like that's not something that's going to be good at all. So, I mean, for your better good, for your highest good, this is a good thing. But you just have to start, like, having that perspective about it, you know? Like, you have to change your perspective about it. I got this coming out twice here. Yeah, you've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Probably waiting for unrealistic things. That's funny that I would say that when reunion comes out. So you've been wanting to have a reunion with the person, which, you know, isn't uncommon for people, but it's just interesting that somebody could do this and you'd still want to be with them. But that's the thing. You need to change that mindset. You know, if you want to heal from this, if you want to get better, if you want to start seeing the good in life and the things you've been waiting for to happen, it's not going to happen with this around. So if you're wanting this to be back in your life, that's why that's not happening. But the Strength card here, this could also represent a Leo. This could be Aquarius, this could be Leo. Doesn't have to be either one of them, but I'm just letting you know that, you know, it could be with these two cards here. So, but if it's not Leo, or if it is, either way, it's still saying strength here. And that's funny that it would come out in this position, because it's coming out next to the Ten of Swords saying, like, look, I like how that came out. I put these two next to each other, they're the same. Two different decks, came out again. So yeah, you've really been waiting and not really taking much action for yourself, not really like, maybe you just didn't know how. I'm not putting you down or, you know, talking shit. I'm just saying, literally, there's, you know, you can do something, but you really haven't been doing much to make it better for yourself. Maybe you've been torturing yourself, basically, within your mind, thinking that this is a better thing for you to have. Like, there's hope that this will come back around, but then it would just be horrible. It would be the same thing right here, and that's not something you want. That's why you're in the position you're in now. So, strength. The cards are saying, look, do you remember this? Do you remember that you have that? You know, you've already been through the worst of it. So quit torturing yourself and start to see the good in this situation, that it's good they're not in your life. It's good that everything is different now and that they're separate from you. You know, even if you try to, like, trick yourself into thinking that it was better with them, this is not better. I think this is better. But this is just an idea here. The star is just an idea. And if this is your idea of better, the reunion, then you're going to be waiting a long time, because you might even be waiting in vain. You might be waiting forever for something that isn't going to happen, first of all. And if it does, it's not going to be the thing that you're wanting, which is this. Happiness, hope, renewal, revival, you know, positive energy. You need to start to, that's funny, look at the bottom of the deck too. You need to start creating this in your own life, because you can do that. It's just a, you know, perspective change you know, a shift in the way that you see things right now. Just choose today to think more positively and be grateful for the experiences that you've had, because you know that you needed to experience them to know what you know now that you didn't know before, to grow, basically. So you should be grateful for that. Now, I'm not going to say you should, but I mean, maybe that would help you to see that it's actually a lot better in the position you're in now than before. You've already been through the hardest part, so I feel like you're just kind of torturing yourself by thinking about things that are really not really the truth, you know? Your idea of happiness needs to change. And you'll see it right away if it does, you know? Excuse me. Mahapara. This is your general. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Let me know if I am or not. Mahapara. Okay. General for Mahapara. Okay. And let me know if you guys are new today, because I'd like to get you guys a reading for sure. You know, I'll get you guys before, if you're new. Let me know so I don't miss you, so I don't skip you. Okay, Mahapara. Taking action. It's funny, a lot of people today are getting in themes that are similar to, like, take action, don't just wait around. We have confusion, though, on your part. I think you're happy generally in the position that you're in here. Maybe you're getting a lot of attention, or you're getting a lot of praise for a job well done, or maybe you're visiting someplace you haven't been in a long time, or family or something, where people are noticing you and people are, you know, paying good attention to you. You have support on your side, I would say, but there is confusion here for some reason. Like, I feel like your identity, even though you have this support, you don't feel good enough for some reason, so you're kind of confused, like, as to what to do, and that's probably why this is saying take action. I think you're confused as to how to take action appropriately. Maybe there's other people who are wanting you to do certain things and expecting things of you. Maybe that's why you're in this position already, because you've done things that people have expected of you, but you're not really feeling good about yourself still, because it's not the things that you necessarily want to do for yourself. That's just one example, but, you know, something to this effect. It's like, you know, along these lines, I mean, it's, you know, there's action that needs to be taken, but you're confused as to how to take that action. And it's funny because in the middle, it's showing you're getting a lot of respect, a lot of honors, a lot of praise, a lot of attention, a lot of support, but it's like you still don't feel comfortable with making your next move. So let's see what else there is here. Okay, so there's a new beginning here for you. Maybe there's something that you just started, like a journey you just embarked on, a love relationship you just embarked on, a new way of life, a new way of, you know, thinking, or whatever it was, whatever it is. It can also indicate pregnancy, so be careful with pregnancy. That is a possibility right now. What do we need to know for Mahapara? What is the Empress here for? The Emperor and the Empress. Yep. Okay, so there's a relationship. It's the person that you're involved with or interested in could be an Aries person. Doesn't have to be. It could also mean they're a Pisces, and it doesn't you know, they're not necessarily an Aries or Pisces, but that's what these two cards mean. So I'm just letting you know that it could be those two. And if, so say we're talking here about, you know, a new beginning with somebody, maybe that's what you're wanting. You want to take action, you want this to happen, you want to be looked at in a good way by them, but maybe you feel like you're confused, you know, well, obviously about them, but you don't know how to take action towards them, you don't know if it's a good idea or not. How does this person feel about you? I think taking authority for you is difficult, like you don't want to make the first move. You're not feeling so strong in that. I feel like you have a good energy around you right now, though, or like people are noticing you in a way that would make you look better to anyone. So that's good. You're not looked at as like a lame, you know, so that helps. Strength, Leo. So that's how the person feels about you, that you're strong, you have endurance, that you have courage, you know. Like I said, you're getting a lot of attention right now, so maybe people are talking good about you and they feel like you have a good image or good character about you, a strong character about you. Maybe you've been through a lot, depending on what they're hearing. They feel like you can stand up and just be yourself and withstand adversity and withstand things that have happened to you. They feel like you're strong, a strong person, which is, like, obviously attractive. What, do they intend on any kind of moving, oh! Does this person intend on going forward with Mahapara? They intend on asking her out. Yeah, probably pretty soon you're going to see action on their part, and it might be something that you later regret just because of how quick it happens, and how, without thought it happens, without preparation, without planning. It's kind of like they want to ask you out, they just see you and they just can't, they just have to do it right then. There's no preparation. It might be kind of weird or awkward or kind of like out of, like it just doesn't feel like the right time or something, but it's just very quick, very fast, and without much thinking. So try to like slow it down if you can, if that's uncomfortable for you. It also could represent that there's a lot of passion in the situation, but it's kind of like passion that is without, not without control, but just without like even trying to be held back, without restriction at all. And that could obviously end in something that's like kind of a little bit of a blaze, and it burns out quickly, but it's kind of an immature energy too, I would say, so it might feel kind of awkward or kind of like weird when they come and try to take action towards you. It's, for some reason, it's just kind of, you know, childish in a way, or immature. And yeah, so be careful with that, because it seems like I said, goes out in a blaze and is burnt out real quickly. It seems like they, like I pretty much just said, it's going to be something that maybe ends that might end quickly just because of how quick it comes in, and it might leave just as quick, you know what I mean? It seems like it's going to be something that eventually you're making distance from the person, and it's not worth your time really to kind of get caught up in it, because it's not going to last forever, it's not going to last very long. The person doesn't seem committal, they seem like non-committal as fuck. It's hard for them to stay in any one place for a long period of time. It's not personal, but I just wouldn't waste my time on it, or, you know, have fun and everything if you want. But, like, really, if you're the kind of person that can't just, like, do that, like, you'll get attached, then it's gonna be something that doesn't really, you know, it's not gonna feel good for you, because I don't think that they're very into being in long-term relationships, at least not right now. Like, they're not really dedicated to anything or committed to anything, so really it's like, you're taking a risk here if you do get involved with this, if you're the type that gets attached, because they're not going to get attached like you are if that's you, you know? You're gonna end up, it'll be very passionate, but it will be over before you know it, and I just don't think it's worth your time, really. You know, use your better judgment here. Use your better judgment here. Okay? Misha. General energies for Misha, please. You're welcome. So something that you want to, you know, things are off to a good start. You're very focused and dedicated to a plan or a project or your stability in general. It's just the beginning stages of maybe some kind of plan you have, but I think it's going in the right direction. You're focused in the right way. It's just you are just starting. Yeah, beautiful new beginning here. Beautiful, you know, starting point that you're at, that you're wanting to create something or build something, and it's just basically, you know, based off practical things. And it's a new beginning. Yep. Okay, so the way to do this for you, nice. It's King and Queen of Wands. So I would say it could be talking about a relationship where there's two fire signs involved, or maybe one of you is a fire sign, or there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of determination. Maybe you met through a project, or there's some kind of shared project that you guys are going to be working on together to, you know, help keep your energies working together in a way that's more, you know, that works basically in a way that's more harmonious. So, you know, I would say that the best way to go about this really is to be very independent in thought and in action. Don't like necessarily need other people to tell you what you should do. It's very much, I feel like the both of you are probably pretty feeling good about how you are. You don't really need reassurance, which is a good thing here. It matches. And there's determination that matches too. I think that there's a lot of passion, and again, there could be this like shared project that you guys met through, or like or started, you know, talking because of working together on that, or there will be a shared project, because I feel like this is a good start that you guys have here. Like it's something that you can both base your energies on, because with a lot of passion there, it's kind of like you need an outlet, you know, so that's important. So that's another thing that could be, you know, helpful to the situation. If there is this relationship here, if you like have no idea what I'm talking about, like you're not talking to anybody, I would say that this is more talking about than we're talking. I mean, usually with the same suit of King and Queen, I would say we're talking about a relationship. But if there is one or not, I think either way, whatever you're doing, whatever this new beginning is about, you need to take an independent approach about it. You know, don't necessarily need to wait around for somebody else to tell you how to do things, or what you should do, or how to do things, or like, you know, doing things in general. Just anything you're doing, you should be very sure of yourself and how you're doing it. Like, yeah, we're gonna make mistakes, but I mean, like, basically go your own way. Don't just follow in line. Don't just do something somebody else says, especially if you disagree with it or don't think it's a good idea. But I mean, I think this is like, you have a good chance here of being successful in something, but you have to be doing it yourself. You know, you have to be like, it's gonna be a thing that's just, you know, on your own. It's not gonna be something that you're working with others or asking permission, or, you know, it's pretty independent. So I mean, do whatever you can independently, and see how that works for you, because I really think that that's the way to go with this. It's not really, you know, for your own stability too. Remember, we have the Page of Pentacles in the beginning, so it's like this is the beginning stages of some kind of project or something where you're trying to become more stable or more secure, and it's important that you do it the way you want to do it. Do it the way that is, you know, feels best for yourself, and don't be like, you know, just doing don't be a follower, and don't be just like doing what other people want and need. You know, this is about you this time, and I think you can trust yourself pretty well to listen to what you think is a good idea. You know, it's not really about other people right now. It's really just about you and what you want to be doing yourself, you know, to further your goals for more security. And yes, see, Ace of Pentacles, that's the end goal basically. The Ten of Pentacles, yes, but I mean, would be the end goal, I guess, because that's absolute success in every way. But the Ace of Pentacles shows opportunity for success, so that's kind of what we're talking about here. You're already trying to reach some kind of security or success or stability in some way, or some kind of like plan that will make you feel more secure and make you feel like maybe even make money, you know, which makes a lot of people feel secure. But you know, you're off to a good start, I would say, and you're definitely going to have a lot of opportunities to try to make this happen for yourself. But again, go your own way. Be independent in your actions and thoughts for the best success. And obviously you're having difficulty with that with the Two of Swords. You don't see that your contribution to your own situation is the most important contribution. It's not about what other people can provide or offer you or give you advice or give you money or give you their time. No. This is the most valuable thing that you have here is yourself in this situation, and the way that you can make your time work for you and make your knowledge work for yourself. Like it's almost easier to just have you to work with, because then you don't have to worry about anyone else or what they want and need, or if they're able to keep up or, you know, provide enough, or are you providing all of it. I mean, this is just you, and you, and we have the Ten of Cups at the end. So even though it does provide material security, it also provides emotional security and happiness. You know, it's like you're actually able to achieve this. But again, the Queen of Wands rather came out twice in two different decks. I would say that you have to really pay attention to how you are interacting with others. It's important that you're like doing what you want to do right now and not really needing other people's approval for that. I mean, just trust your own self, and that you know how to get yourself where you want to be, you know? It's not, you don't need anyone else right now, and you really shouldn't have anyone else a part of this, because they're going to get in the way, or you're not going to be able to reach the Ten of Cups without, you know, just trusting in yourself and being very independent right now. So do what you know is best for yourself, and you'll find more success and happiness that way. But I see that you're kind of not really feeling like you're important, but let me tell you, you're the most important to this whole situation. So don't forget that. And if you guys want a karma reading as well, I have karma cards, so we can look into that. The way that these work is there's planets, signs, and houses. And what we'll do is there's 3 different decks that we mix up and shuffle and then find our answer for you guys. So, houses. Signs and planets. What we'll do is we'll shuffle each deck. You'll have to come up with a question. You don't have to tell me what it is at any time. It's just you keep it to yourself, or you can tell me. It doesn't really matter. I mean, either way, whatever you're comfortable with. And what comes out is, so the question, first of all, would have to be a question that needs an answer that's going to tell you what to do, like an action, like what action do I take? This is what it is. What do I do? Action, okay? Action, answer. And for a question that would involve forget, is it what do they call it? Action. Oh yeah, outcome, duh. I'm like totally blinking. Outcome or action. So action would mean this is what you should do. Do this. And outcome would be, if I do this, what will happen? You know, so come up with a question that will require one of those answers, and then we can get going on that for you. So let me know if you want a karma reading as well. These cards are really cool. Watch, I'll do one for myself right now so you know how it works, okay? So let's say I want an action answer. So what do I do in regards to, like, furthering my... I don't know, like, how do I improve my life overall right now? What action should I take? So we shuffle. Hi, Pinky. We shuffle for what action do I need to take to improve my life in general right now? Jupiter. What action do I need to take to improve my life overall right now? In Cancer. What action do I need to take to improve my life overall right now? Okay. So, Jupiter in Cancer in the 12th house. It says, learn. Okay, so the top, it's spiritual, mental, and physical. Okay? So for the spiritual, it says, learn or teach your feelings, seeking oneness with all there is. I know exactly what that's talking about. That's so cool. So it says, learn or teach your feelings, seeking oneness with all there is. The next, the mental, says, be positive about attitudes from the past about philanthropy. And the physical says, grow and expand your intuition and keep your involvement hidden. Okay, interesting. Grow and expand your intuition and keep your involvement hidden. So it's kind of like saying, like, help people become more one with yourself and, you know, all there is, basically the world and God, whoever you, you know, feel is your higher power, or whatever, you know, you feel is your person you call to, or, you know, whatever, believe in. And keep your involvement hidden. I think it's saying pretty much, like, do not make it about you, or do not, like, do not need, like, to take, you don't need the credit for it. It's just, you know, your involvement in general doesn't need to be put on blast or really known. It's just, like, kind of like, remember about these things, take part, but don't need that approval or reassurance, or kind of like that, you know, attention, right? Okay, so it's cool because, yeah, that would be an action answer. So you see how that works? Okay, let's see what it says for the other side. You're not supposed to do this, but... good fortune resulting from the history of large institutions or overwhelming events. What? It's crazy. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. Abhishek, you want one? Okay, so come up with a question that needs a action or an outcome answer. And let me know when you have that question ready, and I'll start shuffling for you. Health and wealth, right? Health, wealth, and Virgo. Okay, so I'm doing free general readings today, and if you have a personal question, then you can donate. Look in the description for the information for that. But if you also, I'm doing karma card questions, so this is kind of a new, well, I've done this before, but I don't know if everyone's experienced it. But for Abhishek, regarding your question, I'm gonna say, what's the outcome gonna be with that person? What do you need to know about the outcome that you could have with this person, as, you know, weeks and months and maybe even years go on? What do you need to know? What will be the outcome with this person that they're interested in? Neptune. What will be the outcome of the relationship with this person that they're interested in, or their boyfriend? In Pisces. Oh. What will be the outcome with the person that they're interested in? In the third house. So it says, the idealization of spirituality to ultimately experience your ideas. Confusion regarding trusting your psychic knowledge of short-term thinking and trips. Sacrifice resulting from the indecision of or about who or what is around you. So I don't find it hard to understand why you're asking how they feel about you. You say it's your boyfriend, but you're asking how they feel about you. Because, yeah, there is confusion here. There's a lot of idealistic, you know, kind of like dreaming. You kind of want it to be a certain way. Maybe you feel like it's a certain way. Maybe they said it was a certain way, but their actions are not really seeming to add up. So, I mean, you're kind of wondering, like, where does this person stand? And it's because there's a lot of idealization here. I'm not going to go and say that they're, you know, not, that they're fake or something, but, I mean, it's just kind of seeming like you can't trust what you feel and what you know inside based on what they're saying, you know, short-term thinking and trips. So, who or what is around you? Yeah, so indecision of or about who or what is around you. So it's like they haven't come to a decision yet. You feel like they're just in and out. They're not really being straight with you or telling you exactly what the hell, you know, is really going on between you. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, honestly, like, from what I believe, like, I would never want somebody to, I would never pray that demons would attack, or my servants, you said, would attack, yeah, attack all demons. Yeah, for sure. Please do. I mean, definitely. Everyone needs that in their life. I'm not against that. If there's any demons around, yeah, please pray for them to be taken over by your servants. That's fine. But, like, I would never, like, pray for somebody to be, like, attacked or hurt, like, but if there's, I mean, the demons, yeah, for sure, I'm down for that. I'm all down for that. Thank you. That would be helpful. I'm not kidding. But I'm in agreement with you, you know? If you agree with what I just said. Wage attacks permanently against all demons and their worshippers. I think that's a good idea. I don't know why you're writing that here. I don't worship any demons, but okay. I think that's a great idea. And I don't do black magic. If you think that this is black magic, that's definitely not what I'm doing. But yeah, black magic is lame, in my opinion. Lame as fuck. Alright, so what about you, Pinky? You have a question that requires an action or an outcome? Okay. Your outcome with with LK. Or I'm sorry, LW. What's the outcome with LW with Pinky? What's the outcome? What you need to know about outcome overall with LW? Moon. What's the outcome of Pinky and LW? LW. In Capricorn. What's the outcome of Pinky and LW? In the 12th house. So the outcome, it's the blue. It says, the nurturing of dedication to achieve your faith. So, nurturing of dedication to achieve your faith. The mental says feelings caused by focusing on hidden tendencies. Okay, feelings caused by focusing on hidden tendencies, and reactions resulting from the rules imposed by large institutions or overwhelming events. Reactions resulting from the rules imposed by large institutions or overwhelming events. To me, that's confusing. Sometimes it's kind of vague. So let's look at the other side to see that if there's an action that you can take that would make more sense here. Because to me, that can mean so many different things right there. But, I mean, does it make sense to you? Because you know your life better than I do, but it's like sometimes these can be kind of vague, and when that happens... But in this book here, it does say that, like, it doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks. Like, it matters what the person who gets the answer, what they think. Like, if you felt like that made sense, then we'll leave it there, you know? Because I don't want to go any further just because I don't understand it, really. It should make more sense for you since it's your life. But if it doesn't, then let's look at the action. Because that's kind of when you would do that. Sometimes it's kind of vague, and it's just like, well, what exactly are you trying to say? Okay. It says, defend your goals, seeking oneness with all there is. Accept the day-to-day reality of philanthropy. Let your feelings tell you how to let your feelings tell you how to use the most business-like way and keep your involvement hidden. Okay, so you're gonna have to, like, sneak up on this person or something? Like, defend your goals, seeking oneness with all there is. So defend your goals. So if you guys disagree or they have, like, you clash in some way, defend your goals, seeking oneness with all there is. And, you know, a Capricorn person type energy would respect that because that's what they do. They're going to respect, or they're going to defend their goals. And you're going to seek oneness with all there is while doing that because it's supposed to be about you and not just about them. It's supposed to be about you, like, in your higher self, like coming to a self that you can understand, you know, and that you can be happy with. It's not really about if anyone else approves of that or not, you know, because you have to live with you the rest of your life, and it's important that you try to feel good about yourself while you're here, you know. It's not about making other people feel good about you, even though we do waste a lot of time doing that for a lot of us. But accept the day-to-day reality of philanthropy. Accept, it says. So it's kind of like maybe you're helping someone or doing a charity, or maybe, you know, there's something you're involved in that you have to give a lot of your time to or a lot of energy to, so it just doesn't always feel Like, you want to do that. And so it's like, you know, accept it because it is what it is. If you're involved in it, you want to be involved in it, then you're accepting, you're, you know, choosing to be involved in it. So accept it for what it is. If you don't want to do that, then don't do it, you know? Let your feelings tell you how to use the most business-like way and keep your involvement hidden. That's the part where I'm like, use the most business-like way and keep your involvement hidden. Let your feelings tell you how to use let your feelings tell you how to use the most business-like way and keep your involvement hidden. So what does that mean? Do you know what that means? Like, for your life right now? Do you know what that's supposed to be saying? Business-like way. So, like, professional, responsible, punctual, you know, but business-like. It's more of like a business mindset. Like, what is, like, strategy, you know, and keep your involvement hidden too, right? So it's like strategy. So I would say, like, it's probably going to be like an instinctual thing, since we're talking about let your feelings tell you. Let your feelings tell you, like, and guide you to this place where you feel like, but also be very professional and, like, responsible and, like, reliable about it, and just, like, think of the best way to make the, you know, to find success. Like, and keep your involvement hidden, maybe because you're going to have to do something that you don't really want people to know about. I mean, I don't know. Because business-like isn't always, like, the most, you know, nice thing. It's sometimes just like, you know, I want to reach my goal, and I'm going to, you know, get there. One way or another, I'm going to get there. So it's not always the best kind of thing that you want to just be bragging about that you're doing, necessarily. I mean, business-like doesn't have to mean shady, but I mean, it's just business, you know. It's not really emotional or, like, about other people. It's about meeting that goal and not really giving a fuck about anything else, you know. So I don't know, maybe you have a determination to make something happen with this person, and you kind of have to keep that hidden, because if they knew about it, they might think that's kind of weird. That's just what I feel like it's kind of saying. Or something like that, you know. So I think business-like is more like saying have a plan and have a goal, and keep those things hidden from other people, though. Like, no one needs to know what your plans or goals are, but just be focused on it and make it happen. So it kind of seems like you might have some competition regarding this person, or like there's something that you have to do to persuade for some reason, or get them to see that that's the better decision or something. If that person was married, I would say maybe it would be them having to do the hiding involvement. But I mean, I guess technically you'd have to be hiding your involvement with them too. But I feel like it would be more them doing more of the hiding, wouldn't it? But I mean, yeah, I'm not even going to get into that conversation. That's your life. Business-like way. Yeah, that was an odd one. Oops. Okay, you know what's... Okay, let me try the Virgo one, because I saw that, and I was, like, thinking, like, I saw Capricorn too, and I was just like, nah, we're gonna use Capricorn, but I don't know, maybe I should have used the Virgo one. Because they both flipped over, but I just picked Capricorn for some reason. Let me see if this one makes more sense. I just want to see. I'm just gonna experiment here. It says, nurturing of methods for the healing power of your faith. feelings caused by the analyzing of hidden tendencies, reactions resulting from the perfectionism of large institutions or overwhelming events. Reactions resulting from the perfectionism of overwhelming events or large institutions. And the others, that kind of makes more sense. Let's see. Defend the serving of others, seeking oneness with all there is. Accept the details of philanthropy. Let your feelings tell you how to do what you must do and keep your involvement hidden. That makes more sense, doesn't it? Defend the serving of others, seeking oneness with all there is. Accept the details of philanthropy. Let your feelings tell you how to do what you must do and keep your involvement hidden. What are you involved in? Where you have to keep your involvement hidden. That's kind of creepy. Scary. But at least you know that. Keep your involvement hidden for some reason here. Why did she have to keep her involvement hidden? Oh! Isn't that something? Why do you have to keep your involvement hidden? Well, because this person's non-committal as fuck. And you're probably going to end up getting burned too. Yeah, but something about it is not going to be put on blast. Like, it's going to be something that is casual. You might think it's not, but it's casual. And they may return to somebody and then you feel stuck here. But trapped. At the same time, maybe they're not. Maybe they're hiding their involvement with someone or something. Because if they're non-committal here too, and it's saying keep your involvement hidden, why would you have to keep it hidden? I mean, if they're not involved with anybody. Lovers. Very independent person. Could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Could be a Gemini. Could be an Aries. And I think you'll be waiting around for them to do what they're supposed to do, what they said they would do, and you're going to be waiting in vain. And you probably get hurt too. It's, oh, air sign as well, could be. So it's like, be honest with yourself about the whole experience that you have with the person, because when this does all come, you know, into a close, you're going to have questions and a lot of confusion, and so it's important that you kind of actually look at it realistically and be honest with yourself, because he's Aquarius. Here it is. Yeah, I would be careful with that. Just because you need to know, like, what somebody's, like, intentions are and what they're planning on doing. But even then, that could change tomorrow, the next day. You know, like, somebody could say that they intend to do certain things and then they don't end up doing those things. So, I mean, just take it slow and try to, like, see how the person is in relationships, like, if it's even worth giving your time to, because, you know, you can see their patterns from their past relationships. You could see if, like, they've done something fucked up to somebody before, or if they just, like, led somebody on before or something like that. That's something I'd look into, so that you know kind of what you're dealing with. Yeah, people can change, but I mean, do they really? Like, I don't rely on that whole saying. Regarding Laura, Will she have a long-lasting relationship and health? The idealization of insights to understand balance. Confusion regarding the wisdom of cooperation. Sacrifice resulting from the understanding of your partners. The idealization of insights to understand balance. Confusion regarding the wisdom of cooperation. Sacrifice resulting from the understanding of your partners. Yeah, it does look like you guys are going to have some kind of balance and understanding to make things work. Like you guys will like really just try to like make it work and be harmonious and balanced and do the right thing and kind of like work together. And it seems like that's kind of what a relationship should be. I feel like whatever issues you might be having now, it seems like you guys are going to make appropriate sacrifices or something, you know, whatever needs to happen really to make it like more cooperative. When it says confusion regarding the wisdom of cooperation, I feel like that means like somebody feels like either you're supposed to give of yourself completely, and that's confusing because obviously it doesn't always work out in your favor, but then the other side of that is like maybe you need to sacrifice more. Like you forget you're in a relationship and that it needs to take sacrifices. We're two different people. We're going to have to do things to make this work. And so either way there's confusion regarding the wisdom of cooperation because either way it goes, and maybe it goes both ways. Sometimes you give too much, sometimes you don't give enough or sacrifice enough, and really like pick your battles. Like why, like am I willing to give this up and why not? Am I willing to throw out this whole relationship? Is this unreasonable that they're asking me to do this, you know? Interesting. So it's kind of like there's a lack of boundaries or there's a lack of balance, we could say, like regarding cooperation. Like you guys don't know, like one of you or both, it's like it gets confused like how to you know, balance it out. Like should I be giving this up to make this work, or is that too much to ask? Like should I be like not expected to do that? Like is this even right? You know, should I have to give of myself and give up this dream or whatever? You know, maybe it's a little or small. I mean, maybe it's big or small, but it's like there's confusion regarding that whole like topic of cooperation because there's a lack of boundaries for one of you or both, or an unhealthy pattern or tendency dynamic. But I think that if you guys are able to, I mean, it says sacrifice resulting from the understanding of your partners. So I mean, I feel like they're making sacrifices to understand you, so that's a good thing. I feel like that means it should work, right? That's kind of what I feel like that it's saying, you know. Yeah, Pinky, you definitely can do that. It's up to you. Of course, it will be more in depth than looking at your specific topic. it's hard sometimes to release things from the past, you know? It's not easy. But it seems like you guys are making sacrifices for each other and trying to understand each other. So I mean, as long as you're doing that, then obviously any relationship can work, right? But you just kind of have to understand when you're doing that too much. Like, is this reasonable to ask you to sacrifice these certain things? Like, would you ask them to sacrifice those things just to be with you? I mean, you just consider all those things and don't leave yourself out of consideration, you know? Like, is it fair? Are you limiting yourself? Or is this something that you feel like is the best thing to keep it going because you need it, or you feel like it's better to have it in your life? You know? And don't let other people tell you, like, if that's right or not. Like, I'm asking you to ask yourself, you know? Right. If you're fighting with yourself, that's a good indication that you're doing something that you're not about, you know? That goes against what you're about. And that's not, you're not going to be happy doing that. No, I mean, I'm not trying to say you should do anything or that this is bad for you. I'm just saying, like, if you're fighting yourself, why? Because you don't want to do something? No, because you aren't feeling right in the situation, right? But it's like they are insisting, or I don't know what the situation is, but making you feel bad about it, I guess, and that's not right. I don't want to see you waste your life like that. So, right on. I'm glad because, yeah, a lot of people, yeah, it seems like you're almost there, You just need to, like, stay true to yourself, you know what I mean? Like, don't forget that you matter and you're important, what you feel. Like, if you want to be happy and comfortable, it's like, and you're not, a lot of people are still, like, confused as to whether or not they really feel that way, so you're like, no, I know how I feel. So it's just kind of like taking the actions to make sure that you're kind of like being loyal to yourself still too, and giving yourself a good life. And it's not going to be from, like, if somebody doesn't want you to live like life as yourself or as you feel comfortable, then really, like, are they worth it? I mean, it's kind of important to be you and to be happy with that. So you guys, let's will you guys come back tonight? I'm gonna do it tonight. I'm gonna go live and do some questions because this really isn't my hour. um there's just not that many of you here. I mean, if I haven't answered questions already, I want you guys to come back tonight because we're gonna be doing, like, a full live. It's only been like an hour here, but we're gonna be doing a full live. It'll be a lot more interactive and everything. So come back tonight at 10 my time. So right now it's 12:47. So whatever time it is for you right now, just do the math, and 10 o'clock tonight my time. Okay. I want to answer that question about your siblings in Texas. So I want to see you there. Let's see, who haven't I answered yet? Al Shaitan. Abhishek. Or did I answer that one? I don't know. Lady Sunshine. Piggy Lee. Husam. Johnny 13. Harsha. Rupali. Mania. Okay. So I will see you guys then.